Oh.
Because there was only 4 people. And I didn't do them. Do them in such a small order. So that's what Shelley was talking about.
Okay.
I don't know if that'll work.
We'll have to get you,
Hey, I'm good. I'm back. Are you? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm back.
I need you guys not to ask people if they're back.
How are you doing?
Maybe they went to a different brokerage for a little while. Yeah, sometimes all the black people are like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm like, no,
we'll have to switch together.
Yeah, definitely. Catch up. For sure. Yes, you know, different. It's hard for you sometimes.
Yeah, it's hard.
right there, yeah. You want to see the one? Okay, so I'll start with the gratitude.
I mean, I don't have any numbers on this one.
Right here today. Sure. Oh, you did?
The house I just sold, my people bought it, she had it listed.
You already have the first drive on.
Yeah, last time I came down this road, it was such a nice drive. And the other people who've lived like this for years are hating all this.
Okay, guys, good morning. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. We may have people trickling in with where our location is, and if so, we'll just welcome them in. I'm gonna go ahead and start anyway, okay? So everybody silence your cell phones. Hold on, let me make sure mine's silenced. Okay, so I've got a gratitude video for us, and when I was pulling those, sometimes Earl pulls them, sometimes I pull them. I found a Tony Robbins inspired one, and I thought this one would be a little poignant because we've got a speaker from Tony Robbins coming this month. So you guys know how I've been doing the lunch and learns on Thursdays. They have been calling, there must be a Tony Robbins event going on in Houston. And so one thing I don't like is they'll be there selling us the Tony Robbins event the whole time, so they sometimes will say no to those. And they talked me into doing a lunch and learn and giving us some really good content for an hour. So in the spirit of that, I am doing I don't know if I'm supposed to push it, I'm sorry. A gratitude that Tony did, it's 4 minutes long or something. See if Earl can get it up on our internet here. One of the agents the other day was telling me how much they love the gratitude stuff we do, and so do I. Oh, speaking of, hello, Miss Jane. Then I've got another thing on gratitude from the ninja people. Just spinning.
Close your eyes, and all we're going to do is we're going to journey very briefly of things you're grateful about, but first physically feel your heart. Breathe deep in your heart. Feel the power of your heart. Feel the strength of your heart. Feel grateful for your heart and what it's guided you to do in this life, to give and to be. Think about, you didn't have to buy this heart, you didn't have to earn it. Something thought enough of you to give you this gift of life without doing anything, instantly when you're born. As long as it beats your life. Right now, step into a moment in your life that you can feel deep feelings of gratitude for. Any moment at all, from your childhood or as an adult, a moment you can feel deep feelings of gratitude. heart, step in that moment and see what you saw then, hear what you heard then, feel what you felt then, right now. Feel so grateful. Feel that moment was sacred, that it was blessed, that you were blessed. Take it in. Don't just think it, see, feel, be there. Now reach out and bring in another memory that you can be grateful for at any moment at all. Just bring it into your heart. On top of the one that's already there, bring it in. And step in and feel the power and the grace of that moment. And then bring a third moment in. Maybe this moment could be a coincidence. We all love coincidences because we did nothing for it. Something just happened. You met somebody. You went somewhere. And it led to something magnificent in your life, something you're so grateful for. A person, relationship, and insight. A life change. Step into gratitude in that moment and feel it as well. Take your hand off your heart and just continue to breathe and go on a journey for these last 2 minutes of moments in your life you're grateful for, feeling each one in your body like you're there.
I like how he says where
Now
the,
shift to moments you're proud about. Quickly, we're going to do moments rapidly. Just reach out and grab a moment in your life you're proud about. Bring in a moment you're proud. Someone you're proud of, your children, yourself. Bring that into your heart. A moment of pride, feeling proud. Breathe the way you do when you feel proud. Along with the gratitude.
that's kind of cool, huh? I love how Tony Robbins ties in the body, the feelings. And sometimes when you're looking at your purpose exercises, you'll go to those moments that you're proud of to find out what it is that your deeper values are. It's hard sometimes, like for me, to say, what am I proud of? And then when you can think of a moment in your life that you've been proud, that can tap you into your gratitude if you're having a hard time finding it. So that one was kind of cool. So going into prayer requests, guys, I wanted to see, has anybody got anything they want to share that they're grateful for? Does anybody have a prayer request that they want to talk about right now? I don't know if I have anybody in the room who likes to say the prayer, because I'm always like too shy to do it. Jane's pointing at Stephanie's pointing at Jane. They're both doing no better. Well, let's go over the prayer requests. So Benny Green, his wife has a small tumor melanoma. She's going through chemotherapy. So he has asked that we keep praying for results, and that they've had some blood work, and that they just want to lift up that family in prayers. Our friend Edie Untermeyer, if you guys are new or don't know Edie, she's an agent here forever, lovely, lovely woman. She had a procedure, what do you say, Ruth, on her neck, like kind of something going on with her neck, and had a surgery.
She went in to have, that was like, she was having was it a spasm in her neck? And the doctor did an injection and it paralyzed her.
Kind of like a pain, paralyzed nerve thing in her neck. So
She couldn't lift her head.
she is doing great now and is on physical therapy, and thank you for the prayers and continued prayers. Hal Griffin has been in and out of the office. He's doing deals. He had been in the hospital with his blood counts low, and basically he just hadn't been eating the way he should. And so he is still upbeat, feeling better, and he's hoping to get in a clinical trial for MD Anderson. He hasn't heard, but just, you gotta keep praying, pray for Hal. Carolyn Baker, she just kind of gives us a fill-in on her husband, and she's grateful for those prayers. He's gone through a surgery on his leg, and then he was in a walker, and now he's on a cast, and so he's doing better, and he's healing, and we need to keep him in our prayers. Mickey Lyles is also doing well. He is at work and everything. He's going to physical therapy. He still needs prayers. He gets a little tired easily. He had a stroke, so Mickey Lyles. Jennifer Wheeler, continued prayer for healing heart, where she's just kind of on the mend, and we got to keep praying for her to keep recovering. Marcia Anderson, doing great. She finished 2 weeks of chemo. She, has bad times and good times, but she's been in the office quite often and looks great, and she just keeps beating it. She's gonna have a 2-week break, and then they'll do a PET scan. And she had results that she didn't have brain cancer, and she's just been back and forth getting well. So we gotta keep her up there.
And she's about to cap.
And she's about to capture all of that, right? Okay, so Shelley Faust, you guys know that Shelley Faust's daughter had an accident, fell off a horse, was a little bit bad, the break, and then when they went into the surgery, it was more than they thought, so she's gonna have to be on a walking cast for 3 months, all through the summer. She's college age and is a horse rider, and so she will have a rough time, and just keep her in her prayers. And then at the same time that was going on, Shelley had her Aunt Vera diagnosed with stage 4 ovarian cancer. So that was like, all this heartbreaking news. And speaking of Shelley, they're gonna treat your aunt, right? She's gonna be treatable.
She goes tomorrow to get a plan.
Get a plan. Yeah. Okay. Matthew Moak had a arm surgery. He loves through the attention in the meeting. Can't wait till I talk about him. He's saying don't keep him on the list here. So he's healing nicely, right, Matthew?
Yep.
And then how is your heart and all that? You like that exercise where you imagine your heart?
Yeah.
Should we talk about it more?
Beating the day.
Yeah, you expand on that just a little bit.
Yeah, expand on that, that's what Judy said. So Tricia's mother in Huntsville, guys, you gotta pray for her every single day. Her mom is pretty much terminal. That family struggles and has pain and heartbreak. So that one is really such a sweet family and needs prayers. Jim Clark was doing well. He had gone into the hospital, and he's another one that has a hard time with his nutrition due to his cancer treatment. And so he was, Earl's notes here say that he felt good enough to drive his Shiner car in his
Parade and
His Shiner
He was excited.
parade. So, but you gotta keep Jim in those prayers because he's still definitely on that long mend from that. Who else did I not have on here? Anybody? Any extra prayers?
I think Phyllis Clary's mom was diagnosed with Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know, there's a couple of H's that have Alzheimer's in their immediate family, and that one is another one that's just so hard. Let's pray for Phyllis. All right, anyone else? Let's just keep silent. And do I have someone in the room who's willing to? I know we're all pointing at Shelley. What about you, Jenny?
Oh, my son, Shelley.
Shelley,
Yes.
late arrival.
Yes.
Thank you.
God, thank you for this day. Thank you, as always, God, for your unconditional love and your mercy and your grace. God, let us always just remember and be reminded of just your grace, God, and that there's nothing that we have to do to earn our place with you. There's nothing that we can do to make you love us more, God. I pray that our lives would be a reflection of that love to the world. God, be glorified and honored in our words and our actions, in our personal lives, in our businesses, and everything that we do and say. God, I pray that you would be glorified. And thank you for, I just pray for all of these prayer requests that were spoken and all of those that are unspoken. God, you see every need before we even know about it. And I pray for healing for those who need healing. Pray for comfort and peace and provision for all things, God. You're the great provider. And God, we just thank you for the the opportunity to do business and to be business owners. Let us not take for granted the freedoms and the liberties that we have. We just pray your blessings over each person who came today, and thank you for giving us wisdom and helping to guide our businesses. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Now I have the clicker, right? There it is. Did I read it? Am I going backwards? Turn it on. Okay, guys, Texas Homeland and Gateway Mortgage, we want to make sure you're sending your business and thanking them for all their sponsorship they do. So I'm gonna have Diana, which we're here at Freedom Homes, come talk to us here in a little bit. I did want to remind you guys on your transaction coordination, if you guys have not had Tiffany close a transaction for you, just keep in mind that we've got that resource for you in the office. I like to bring it up to you. And then if you've never used a transaction coordinator, you pay her at closing. As you guys get busy this summer, do you have your template set up? Are you prepared for having a really, really busy year? Yes, Joe?
I can just testify to Tiffany. I was very nervous about giving that control away, but she's been amazing, and she kept me sane last month, which was my biggest month ever since I started my business, and there's no way that I could have done it without her.
So what was the hard part about giving up the control?
I guess the assurance, just because I didn't know her work, I didn't have any experience with her or with a transaction coordinator at all. I'd always just taken care of everything myself. So, I guess just making sure that everything was done, and completed and turned in, and Dawn was my mentor, and she drilled into me, never assume anyone's doing their job. Follow up on everything and just overdo everything. And so that's just kind of how I've done. But she has proved to do everything that I asked her to do, and she's knowledgeable. She knows what goes where and what to do.
Well, and it's like nothing falls through the cracks, and you go, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I never did follow up with this or
Yes.
that or that thing, so.
Yes.
And it's not that you guys just have to be busy, you could decide each file, would this be one that maybe I'm trying it out, so it's an inexpensive way to start to leverage yourself. And if you maybe have been an agent for a while, but you aren't quite set up in your systems, here's the reason I know that you're not quite set up on your systems. Every single month we have to call and beg you to tell us if you have any closings that you have not put in yet. Jennifer, wouldn't you say that that's a thing that we're aware of? That's why I brought you guys the transaction coordination idea in the first place, because if you're struggling with that, then for a nominal fee, get out there and sell more houses and let someone else do the paperwork for you. All right, so Seller Shield.
Yeah, it's just kind of a weird track.
Somebody tell me what Seller Shield is.
Insurance for sellers.
It's okay. What are you gonna say, Grayling?
Insurance for sellers.
Insurance for sellers. What else? Who else has something to say? Anybody know what I'm talking about besides Grayling?
Protects their seller disclosure.
Protects the seller's disclosure. Getting closer. I mean, kind of, it's true. Both are true. Anyone else? Anyone used it? Anyone logged on and looked at it?
Doesn't cost the agent.
So what it is, it doesn't cost the agent anything, doesn't cost you guys any actually extra effort. You do have to set up a username and password, and what it does is it provides your sellers, your seller clients, with extra insurance should they want to buy it, kind of like travel insurance. The, what do you think, Ruth? 80-something, 90% of lawsuits come from the seller's disclosure.
Perceived non-disclosure.
Perceived non-disclosure. So you guys ever had to chase down an initial or a signature, or you didn't get it quite filled out right? Basically, you use this system. They don't have to sign up for it, spend money if they don't want to. They can say, no, thank you, I don't want it. But it helps them fill out the entire disclosure line by line, explains anything, and then when you guys get it back, they cannot have not filled something out. and it helps them if they maybe have questions on it, because they're sitting there late at night looking at it. So, this is something that we're adopting as an office. You guys need to be aware of it, and it is actually one of those things that will make your life easier and protect your client. Does not have insurance against the lawsuit. So you guys probably getting named in the lawsuit as well, if your seller does, and they'll just basically guarantee your seller's not gonna have to have it by using them. So this is just where I have a slide on what it is. I want you guys to go check it out, so I'll pin something on the intranet for you to take a look. Okay, so Agent Leadership Council, I had put in the property desk requirements for you guys to hit some committee meetings. I really wanna just always tell you about the ALC over and over. You know what it is if you know, but for you to understand that the agents' leadership, they're not paid anything, they're volunteers, they are servant leadership, they're growing by giving. The career development, they've formed a mastermind now every couple of weeks, and it's all just to make you guys' businesses better, your training calendar better. If you guys would tell the career development committee, which is basically Donna Story, or me, or Jennifer Wheeler, what do you want on the training calendar that you clear your calendar to go to? What gap is missing in your business that you wish that you knew? If you're going over to some other third party to get your training and education, please tell me, I will bring it to you if possible. It's one big challenge of an engine to bring you training after training after training, but we believe that that's an important part of our business. The growth committee, we're talking about doing another panel. We could certainly use some help on ideas and on who to be on the panel and who to invite to the panel. And so as I put that together coming up soon, growth committee needs help in that. And are you guys considering when you're doing business with other agents that you work for the best company, and could you be inviting them something so small as to a training event that they don't get, or as big as putting them into a conversation with me? One of the biggest lessons I learned whenever I was a younger agent was here I am having to deal with an agent, and we have a great relationship, and I don't ever say, hey, you should talk to my team leader, and then here they come walking through the doors, and somebody, they've signed up, and like, oh, I didn't know, so don't forget to have conversations around your growth of the office. The girls on culture committee, well, girls and boys, because I know there's a lot of people inputting in that. We'll talk about Red Day here just in a second. And there's a lot more culture than just Red Day, but that's what we've got going on right now. So please get involved in your committees, just even if it is a little bit of interaction. It could be text message or email. It doesn't have to be to attend the committees, but communicate with these agents. Okay, a couple of new agents. Pam Barron. Pamela, Pam. Darlene Hafner. Yeah, Adriana, I don't know how to say Adriana's last name, you guys know? Dia Haro. Raho. Anyway, she's really cool, you guys will like her. Kat Keegan. And I know you guys already do, we've got bowl going on, there's so much going on all the time, but please welcome the new agents as they come and go. Congratulate our capping agents, Paul Gomberg, Rockstar Capping, Mike Berger in the midst of his surgeries that he's had going on. He had a hip replacement, he's just capped. Keith Wilson, still up here on your first closing. Congratulations, he's in the room, so we can clap for him. Michael Huff, first listing. He's at Jim in Huntsville. Callie Cry, in the middle of just having a baby, first listing. She's got her husband Jared and Callie are both agents here. Oh, agent of the week, TJ Diaz. TJ's been leading those masterminds, putting stuff on our board. If you guys haven't seen the resource board, she's in bold right now, so just been really proud of everything she's just given.
She's also got her first, I think she did a listing presentation yesterday.
He was saying she did a listing presentation, and I think that's probably true. And when you guys see they do, wait, give them a high five. Okay, so Command live stream. Ruth and Jennifer and myself and Rhonda, Agent Services Coordinator, went to a Command training yesterday in Austin. So I was just asking a couple of you as we started the meeting here, are you playing with Command yet? So an aha I had, which I know this already, but there's the type of agent who kind of goes in and explores and plays with things before. when they first get released. Like for me, whenever Tempo moved to Paragon, I immediately went to Paragon. I didn't even ever use Tempo again. And then I immediately went to Matrix, even though since then I've been selling houses really that much. I'm not great on Matrix. But that's just my personality style. It doesn't mean I'm better than you guys, it just means how I am, right? I like to go explore new stuff and figure out how it works. And so there's those. Then there's those of you who will kind of wait till it's working a little better. I'm not gonna mess with it and then just have to redo it. And that's a, what do we call it, Ruth, do you remember?
Light adopter.
I don't know if it's
Majority.
early majority will go in when it's sort of working. Then the late majority will kind of wait till you all are talking about it and how it works real well. And then you're like, okay, I'm gonna do it. And then you have the ones that are what we call the laggards, who just like until the day they turn Tempo off are absolutely not gonna change, right? And they're just not gonna do it, and they're not gonna move over to dot loop, and they're not gonna change the way they've done things before. And as we watch, certainly when we go to Austin, for you guys to see what's coming and to understand what's coming, and my job is to, you're in a bubble of selling houses, to take you up a notch on what's happening. I'm just gonna encourage through the training calendar, Earl put on here, there's the live streams. So you guys know this, right? You know there are live streams available to you from your home. Go back and watch the recordings or watch them as they're live. Changing all the time and updating us all the time. So we facilitate those in the Market Center for you. There's one called Referrals, Build Your Agent to Agent Referral Network, and a Lab Tech Talk. So that's just sort of the referral side of your, that one is if you had on a scale of 1 to 10 working, that one is working fantastic. Okay, so if you have not gone in lately, added a referral partner, maybe from the hometown that you're from or from where you have a sphere somewhere else. If you guys don't realize that your MLS is through your command going to be national, you don't have to go through the borders of MLS anymore. When you send clients information, say like me, I'm from Oklahoma, your neighborhood campaigns will go to their MLS data. It's pulled from KWLS. Your broker is playing up here on a level above. So as you start to go, I could never sell a house to these people because they live far away. Not true. You can be at the front when they start getting ready to buy. So you just pull out your telephones and open your Kellys if you can. Let's try it. So I've got my Kelly on my just home screen now. Pull it up and look at it. Our advice is to get in the habit of opening this every day, opening up your command every day. This is basically your mobile command. Kelly is your artificial intelligence behind it. You guys tell me when you have it open. Kind of hold your phone up. Jane, I see you over there.
It says there's a specs around here.
So the specs means that somebody has put an insight, right? So I'm going to have a challenge. Every agent who adds an insight with a picture, not of your own business, but of something else in your community that you would find valuable. Every person that adds an insight with a picture that is not of your own business is going to go into a drawing for $100. You have a week to do it. So you're going to come in here and add an insight. Now, we're not going to do that right now, but this is what Grayling has said. So you guys have your phone open. This is kind of like your little mobile command. You guys see the contacts at the top? That'll go straight into your command contacts. All of your information will be seamless in the very near future. Go down to the bottom where it'll say home, command, connect, consumer, and more. It's kind of like your little favorites down there. So I want you to all open up contact. You just hit that little contact button.
You've arrived.
I have arrived. Finally arrived. Okay, so I want you to turn to your neighbor, and I want you to hit add new, and add a new contact.
Where's the contact at?
So at the very top, did you guys hit contacts?
No.
Where's the contact?
Okay, so click on the very bottom, click command.
Oh, connect?
What is that command? Is it an app?
Yeah, we'll give it for you.
Okay, I
Are
can't.
you guys able to open up your Kelly? Who's able to do it? The laggards.
We're the
That's the
laggards,
laggard
sorry.
table.
Yeah, but we're not meeting.
Did you click that little command dot so that you've got contacts, my insights,
I knew that.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah? Add a contact.
So,
It says add new, right?
yeah.
guys send me a screenshot of this later and I'll put you in a drawing. I gotta beg you to do that. Add new, add the name of your person next to you. Grantling, you're gonna do Peter, Peter, you do Annie, Annie, you just watch, Keith, do Karen. Just add the name and phone number. Now when you're adding the phone number, you've got to put those little brackets around it.
You got all y'all in mind.
What happened, Judy?
I've already got them all in.
You do?
I've had most of it.
Because you're one of the early adopters. Earl, I'm gonna add you.
My phone's way over there.
That's okay, so all I'm doing is your full name.
Yep.
I'm going down and I'm saying telephone number, right? You guys see how I have to do type and have a, you know, like for mobile or for work, I'm gonna put in mobile. Hold on, Earl.
Okay.
936.
669.
89.
Yep. 3275.
3275. Tell me when you have them in. Now, search by their name, first name, or you'll have a filter at the top, mine by first name. Now, send a text message through Kelly to the person you just added.
No, I don't. I don't know.
Send a text message to the person you just added through Kelly. Don't worry about adding the picture. You guys see where it says you can call them, text them, you can contact them other ways? You with me, please? Yes, with me. Judy, you showing up there? Allie and Matthew, you talking or texting? You text your contact that you added? Send me.
Yes.
So here's what's going to happen, guys, as you start to get in the habit of doing this, because we already do this in our phone, you can immediately take your contact, text them, email them, messenger them, all these things. You can pick up the phone and say, Kelly, call so-and-so. And it's going to log your interactions with your clients. You don't have to go at it later.
Maybe.
Who's talking to me? So it's going to save your interaction. To your text message is going to kind of go outside of it right now. But everything is doing that. And as you send somebody, try to add the person, and it will say, call them on this day. It's going to show you their activity. And your notes should you want to leave them. There is a text message app inside of Command, and we're not going to talk about it right now. I'm just giving you guys like the teeniest, tiniest teaser.
I know. No said.
That's pretty.
Isn't
Good
that
job.
right?
You gotta do it.
Sometimes I have to tell you this. Just like that phone. I do.
Alright, come back up here with your attention.
Okay.
You guys send me a screenshot that you did it, I'll put you in a prize.
What is your name?
Alright, listen back up. We're gonna play with this later. There's upcoming live streams. Yes.
Question. So we keep hearing, you know, Command's gonna roll out more and more and more.
Yes.
Did y'all get a time frame yesterday?
Yes, there is a time frame, and I don't have it here with me today.
Okay.
And also, you know, they're adding to it all the time, every day, making it better and morphing it live. So there's, actually there's a video from Gary. Let me play this because this will be a good segue. If Carol, if you can pull that up. And listen to this real quick. This is like 2 minutes or something.
Made it small.
So listen to what Gary says real quick here.
The real estate industry is in an interesting situation. We're in a sea of change, and it's being led by technology. Let me kind of walk you through where I think we are today. We started out as real estate agents, and the only way we got information was through the MLS book. You got it every week, and you used that book to get the information on what was available in the market, and you shared that with the consumer. By the way, That doesn't exist anymore. And then we have the tech-enabled agent. So if you think about that, that's the basic example of that so far has simply been MLS online. The agent is still at the middle of the service chain to the consumer. And then, all of a sudden, we have the agent-enabled tech. Probably Realtor.com, Zillow, businesses like that, where the agent is actually used to generate the data, but the actual star of the service being provided is the technology itself. And then we have what some people predict in a lot of industries is that all that goes away and we're just left with tech, which gathers it and delivers it. That's not going to happen. This is not coming back. So we're left with only two models for the future for how the real estate agent and technology interact. The first option, of course, is the tech-enabled agent, where the agent is the fiduciary who provides the value, and tech enables them to do that at an amazing experience level. The other one is the agent-enabled tech, which is really where the technology is the star.
So what Gary means by you get to decide, he's deciding for us, Compass is deciding for us, Zillow's deciding for us. So we're deciding in how we interact with our tech. So we could just be, I'm not going to do it till it works completely, people as, for example, Zillow is buying houses. They're advertising to every person on Zillow. They get something like 54 million people to their site a month. Then every time they're on their site, they're advertising them, we'll buy your house. Take the real estate agent out of the equation. We provide Zillow our data, and then Zillow takes it to take the transaction away from us. They're buying houses. They have iBuyer, or whatever their version of that is called. We have Opendoor, OfferPad, all of those things that are coming up on that third box, which was basically the agent. Here's the deal is the consumer goes online before they tell you they're going to buy a house, even with the best relationship with them. Unless we're somehow in front of them when they decide to buy, they can get captured. With your technology that Gary is bringing, Matt, I was kind of trying to explain, he's rolling out our end of it. As he rolls into second quarter and third quarter and the consumer app is released, as you guys are able to send specific information to your clients that they want for them to get in touch with you at the very beginning. He's doing Keller Mortgage. He's doing iBuyer, which is his version of the competitors of Opendoor, OfferPad, these things. So I'm going to have to do a whole team meeting probably on the buyer programs where they're offering to give the buyers incentives to use them. It's like, let me give you an example. You guys ever had somebody use Quicken Loans? So Quicken Loans is the biggest source for mortgages, okay? So we still have our local level mortgage people. We still have like the builders will have incentives for theirs. But there's a lot of people who see it, go online, click here to see if you qualify. Then they say, yes, you qualified. Use one of our realtors and get $1,000 back at closing, or some version of that. And even though they're like, hey man, Anna, I really think you're great. However, I went ahead and went with this, right? That's what's happening. You guys seen Zillow commercials already locally here? So as we roll out your end-to-end platform, what Gary is saying is how does he keep you guys in front of using your tech to keep in front of your clients when they're ready and having their life be easy, save them time, save you time. So this command comes out all the way through the end of the transaction and further. It's powered by the AI, and that is the difference. Why is this different than anything else? The difference is there's a revolution going on with artificial intelligence taking our data and predicting the consumer's behavior. So third quarter is where I think it will be the biggest game changer. We're already in second quarter. So you guys go in and explore now, go to that beginning parts of it, and realize that whatever CRM you have, so if you guys are using eEdge, you're okay because you've been spending only your money on Keller Williams' platform. If you use Top Producer or one of the many numbers that I hear out there of other CRMs, they're selling your data, first of all, to the people who want to take us out of business. I mean, do you guys see Realty, which is the biggest entity? It has Century 21 and Coldwell Banker and Sotheby's, and their stock dropped about 65% last week, and year to date, just diving because they sold their data. They're such in debt that they're selling their data to the people who are buying the data, who are trying to put us out of business. So Gary is very much spending $1 billion on saving our data for us and putting it into a platform that we own. So we'll keep going over that as we go, and on the 66-day challenge, this is my favorite way to go in and explore personally, other than watching the live streams, go into a training. The reason we haven't brought you more training is it's just been a little bit convoluted to bring. And so we talked yesterday about what training to bring and how to release and what works well and what doesn't. The 66-day challenge is somebody, young Keller Williams, you know how we share, made it for us. It's an updated spreadsheet. Click on the spreadsheet, it takes you to YouTube videos. It's also on KW Connect, and 2 to 3 minute videos. That's doable. Each
Also
day,
posted on our
Jennifer posts it on Facebook every day. But say it's day 22 and you've not done day number 1. Just go to find this link, it's on the intranet. Start on day 1. I've done it several times now where I have to go back and say, okay, wait, let me just look at that one again. Very easy to digest it. 3 to 4 minutes. And we're committed to doing that, and over time we're gonna get used to logging on every day and all of that. So, I feel like I'm pointing it at you. Let's talk about the events and calendar a little bit. So we've got listing agreements that Matthew's teaching. I want to move over to this. So what's today? Tuesday. Red Day's Thursday. Once you guys, somebody in charge of Red Day, I put up here your flyer. Let's hear about it. Which one of you is telling us?
I'll start, and that's gonna help. You probably maybe saw our announcement, but because of the weather, we were gonna do some outside activities and projects for another ministry, and unfortunately those got canceled. But we feel like this is gonna be even better. So, it's in the heart of Conroe. It's a ministry that serves the homeless. They have a residency program there. They have about 20 people, men and women who live there. They even have a 4-week-old newborn. One of the ladies just had a baby. So they serve 4,000 meals a month. They serve to the public Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I believe. And then every day they serve, of course, 3 meals a day to their residents. So they have a lot of needs for not just donations, but for people to come and help, for hands and feet, and that's what we're going to do on Thursday. So some of the opportunities include, they have a wood shop. It's really cool. I just got super excited because I'm like, oh, it's Anna's workshop. So what they do is they teach their residents to do woodworking and painting and restore, distressing furniture, and they have some really beautiful pieces even for sale. And so they do this all throughout the year, and then they go to like Canton or market days and things like that. They put together nativity sets and sell those for Christmas, and that's what we're going to be doing in the wood shop on Thursday. I have a sign-up sheet for the different areas that you can volunteer in. We're going to pass around in just a minute. So you'll be doing, they're just little squares of wood, and what we're going to do is sand them, do some light sanding and painting, and maybe a little distressing if they have some that's already dried. And they said they may have some other things for us to do. It's just really cool. It's a big workshop, and he showed us just some, I can't wait for y'all to see it. And then also they have a hygiene closet where they get donations. They just got some boxes of things that came in. That closet needs to be organized. Those things need to be taken out of the boxes, put on the shelves. They have a clothing closet that needs, the clothes need to be sorted, organized and put on hangers. And then there's 2 things in the kitchen that can be done. We're going to serve, we're going to have, hamburgers for all of us. It's going to be $5 for the agents. We're going to actually, Stephanie and I are going shopping tomorrow. So if you want to have lunch there, we hope you do. It's going to be $5 for a burger, chips, probably some kind of dessert and a drink. And then we're also going to feed their residents and their staff a burger at no charge.
About 20 people. 20.
So you need donations maybe besides just the $5 for our burger, but how are you guys, you need donations?
No, we're going shopping tomorrow. We're going to do all of that, and then whatever money, $5 comes in, we're just taking care of that as the culture committee just because it was a last minute change, and
You probably would accept donations.
we would accept donations. If you would like to donate, we'd be happy to do that. So we do need like paper plates. We don't want to use any of their supplies because they are limited. So, and then there's another way we're asking that everyone who comes, please bring a bag of canned goods from your pantry or stop and get some paper plates and paper cups, anything that they could use on a daily basis.
That pantry was really, really low.
Yeah,
We noticed that for their canned goods and stuff, and we talked to them a little bit about that, and they really want like pop tops, because the homeless come in they give them these cans, but they don't
like
have a
being
can opener.
sausages and things
Yeah,
like
they
that.
don't have a can opener, so if we can get something with pop tops, they're in
Yep.
great need of that.
Yep, so they have their regular pantry, you know, for soups and stuff like that, because they do put together casseroles. So that's another area of opportunity to serve, is they said just, if you have someone who likes to cook and who can just look on our pantry and put together a casserole with what we have, you know, and freeze those, and for the days to come, for the meals that they're gonna feed the homeless or feed their residents. So anyway, those are just, and I have our schedule here printed out. I'm gonna pass these around, and it has all those details that we
And
just
I have
talked
it up
about.
on the board too. We're going to arrive at 9:50.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yes.
So everybody arrive at 9:50. What's important about 9:50? He's gonna talk to us at 10.
So 9:50 is just gonna allow us time to get in the door, get there, get settled in, and then at 10, we were gonna start earlier at 9, but he has 2 classes. He's doing like a resume class for the residents and for people who wanna come in and learn how to put their resume together, and then something else that he has going on. So at 10 o'clock, he's gonna be finished up and come in and just kinda give us an overview of the ministry and what they do, and just talk to us for a few minutes.
And we're having another guy possibly come in to give his testimony or talk about what he does in the truck. It's not the lawn crew, what was that?
Yeah.
A make-ready crew.
Yeah, they help the residents like start their own businesses and just really be self-sustaining. So one of them, like you said, has a make-ready crew. They do commercial make-ready. They come in and clean up, and they're gonna hand out their business cards. And there's one that does lawn service for Conroe, and so he's gonna, and they employ the ones who are the residents who they're not really employable, you know, but they need to work, and they've proven themselves faithful, and you know that they're gonna make good choices and do the right things, and so that's a really good opportunity as well. So they're gonna pass out their business cards to us also. Another really cool thing about this whole facility is they have a garden. They have like their potatoes, so they grow their vegetables. They have chickens where they get a dozen eggs a day from their chickens. They're building, in the process of building a blacksmith shop. They have a lot of stuff. They build also, not just the nativity sets, which are super cute. Did you put those pictures up there?
I didn't put the pictures up.
Okay.
We'll post them out.
Yep. So they do those.
You had yours on the flyer.
Yeah, I put a couple of them on there. Yeah, and I'll pass these around. And they also do crosses. And like I said, they do furniture. They have this really pretty piece, if anyone's looking for. It's a big, like a credenza, and it's like a turquoise distress color. It's really, really pretty. It looks professional. And he was like, a donation. I was like, okay, we're gonna say $200 or more. So if you like it and you want it, you know, it's really, really pretty. And you would pay probably $400 at a market days or something like that for it. So.
And I wanted to add too, the people that are going through this, yeah, they've made mistakes in their life, but this program is really structured for them to get over that. So it's faith-based, and once they get out, they're given all the tools on how to do a resume, or you know, if they didn't graduate high school, I'm sure there's resources there to help them do that. And once they get out, they're actually flourishing Christian people that are actually doing good in the community again. So it's pretty.
Sounds awesome.
Pretty
And so
neat
what
organization.
it's saying is we're gonna arrive around, before 10, guys. We'll get to work. There's a workshop. There's on that sign-in sheet, like 20 people needed in the workshop. There's a closet where we can unpack and put away some items. There's some sorting clothing. There's if somebody wants to put on an apron and cook a casserole, you can do that. There's helping prepare the hamburgers that morning, and then we'll have lunch, and then we'll work some more and clean up and go home around 3.
All of our fellow Jeepers are gonna get together.
And I want all the Jeeps to pull up and take a picture like we did last year. That made me happy. So you're right, your driver Jeep that day.
Yeah, bring your Jeep.
I might cook a casserole. I might.
It's gonna be like one of those cooking shows. What can you make?
Exactly.
Jeep, bring your Jeep.
Okay, tell you real quick, let's look at our market stats. I like to do that every team meeting. Can you just go to that? So we have area 19, which we're standing in, right? She's gonna talk to us about the new construction. So we're on a little bit of the south side convo right now, right? But we're in area 19. So as you pull this up, this is March's numbers. We look at them every month. So somebody tell me what they see here. How's the market? Somebody tell me, like, as if you were gonna talk to your client about this. Buyer's market, seller's market, strong market, going up, going down. Who's brave enough to talk about it? Trailing's mumbling. Okay, so on the price range analysis part, right? You guys know you could go to KW Stats and pull this with your name. This knows Ruth's name because we pulled it with her ID. And in area 19, that sweet spot that we call it, we put this red box around it. That's the inventory that's moving. Look at your days on market. Okay, so in the month of March, pretty short days on market, up in that 500,000 range, which there's not a lot in this area of MLS, up in that range, really. But other than that, your heart of the market is still a couple of months. You guys know what I'm talking about. If you get a house for 200,000, it's multiple offers, right? And then you've got your new construction will skew some of your numbers. And then take a look at year over year month comparison. March this year to last year, up 5%. Is the market up or down? It's up. Okay? And then if you go down to year over year, your sold number, it's up a little bit. Your for sale inventory is still up a tiny bit, not much. Median price, up a little bit. Price per square foot, up a little bit. That's probably due to your new construction inventory. You got more new construction inventory in this area of MLS than most of your other ones, or a lot of your other ones. Your average days on market, is it up or down? It's down 20%. What does that mean? Last year, this time, it was taking 2 months. This time of year right now, it's not even taking 2 months. It's taking 47 days average. So what do your people expect to sell? Pretty quick, right? Your month supply. About the same, right? Still very strong for the sellers. Is that true always up against new construction in new construction neighborhoods? You have to understand that sometimes that can vary depending on what neighborhood you're in, but this is your overall area. Then you get into your neighborhood and your new construction, which is why we're here. So I'm gonna turn it over and talk about new construction.
We've got a lot of information, but I think you're on information overload probably. So I'm gonna start with something fun.
Fun is good.
Everybody got a card in here? Yeah. We're gonna do the fun part first. So you give your brain a little bit of a rest. Yeah, I'll take a minute. Okay. I'll come back. Everybody got a card in? Who's got your card in?
I did. I actually wrote mine last, but I was still discarded.
It's all good. Everybody's got them in.
Right now, here you go.
Okay, there you go. Good deal, thank you. I'm gonna get the insurance here. Take pictures.
Okay.
Please, if you.
This other blue one? And, I'm sorry, will they bring this?
Yes,
Okay.
please. And I want the.
Sorry, please.
While they're getting ready, I'm gonna say one more thing about Red Day. If you can carpool, please do so, because parking is limited. Thank you.
Excuse me,
We could bring all the Jeeps up to the market center and take a picture there.
Okay, first of all, thank you all for coming. My name is Diana Pittman. I work here at the Freedome Home section. I work actually in the whole Foster's Ridge. This is for your boss here because I
How does anyone know that?
She never gets to put her card in anything, so I always feel bad that she doesn't ever get to do that. So we'll make sure that she's taken care of, right?
Yes.
Thank you.
She needs wine because that's probably.
Yeah, no, Ruth is not the boss, I am. She likes wine too, though.
You can share.
I might share.
Okay, I'm not gonna choose these, I'm gonna let you choose.
Choose yourself.
Choose your own, if you choose your own, then there's something wrong with that.
It's for Red Day.
Yep.
Who won, Beth?
Yes.
Right.
We're over here. Okay. Okay,
Dance your
when you
radio.
open this, I wanna tell you something about it, but. Okay, we're gonna, do you wanna do one? Okay, do your own, okay, do your own. Denise,
All right.
when you open it again, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about that.
Thank you.
I'll share the one. Did he draw himself?
Yay!
That would be.
Oh, that was really slick. I don't know how you did that.
He's actually his original.
You want me to draw one?
Yeah.
I'm not in there. Stephanie Miller.
Yay!
Good.
Yours is thick, Stephanie.
I know.
It's pretty tricky.
Work, good work.
Here, I'll
And
put
before
it
we all leave, the one, I'd like to get a picture of everybody.
Yeah, let's do a picture before you guys go.
You know, moving. Can you move the?
Oh.
Yeah, you know, move it right. Yeah, hold on.
No, she's sorry.
Thank you. That's cute. Alrighty, girl.
It's all kind of falling down.
Yeah, and I probably ran into it a couple of times. Look at this cute wagon, you guys.
One Christmas wagon. Okay, why do we have this display? Good question.
Summer.
No, well, summer, it's called Summer Sizzling. We are, got so many things here. Okay,
You want me to hand some out?
yes, actually I do, would you mind? The top 5 brokers / agents across the Houston area with the most sales, with D.R. Horton of course, between May 1st and May 31st, will win a trip to the Grand Hyatt Bahama Mar. It's a brand new resort in the Bahamas.
Is it a 5-star hotel, brand new?
It's probably a 10-star. I mean, it's really nice. So anyway, that's just a little incentive for you all. So I thought I'd start again with the fun stuff, right? We also have something for your buyers. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm kind of starting backwards that I usually do, but it's okay. I just want you to have a little bit of a break so that when I give you a lot of information, you'll remember everything. I'm gonna see if you'll also pass this around too. Pat, did you pass them all around? Okay, thank you. This is called this just started yesterday actually, Summer Sizzling Savings. And what it is up to $5,000 in closing costs for your buyers. Move-in package, which is always the washer, dryer, fridge, garage door opener, and blinds. The whole move-in package. And we've got reduced pricing. As if anybody knows anything about D.R. Horton, we want to keep our specs off the ground. We want to turn them over, keep them fresh. So they're all specs that's already on the ground. So that's starting, and I wanted to make sure you saw that, so you could bring you have some place to bring all your buyers, right? And these other 2 things are just some things that, I'm gonna talk a little bit about Freedome. The Freedome home here in this section is, the 55 plus section. This is, D.R. Horton has, about 800 acres, and we have it starting about 200 all the way up to about, 850, I think. But this section in particular is, we have 66 lots, and we have 4 floor plans, and I'm not gonna go through all that because I've got information here to give you, and again, it's just too much information. But, I do want to talk about a little bit about the standard features that we have, because I've done my comparative market analysis, and I know that from what I've found out about other 55 plus, we really put a lot of standard features in our homes. These homes are 4 sides brick And we have under-the-counter lights, under-the-counter plugs. We have tankless hot water tank, covered back porch. Those are all sprinkler front and back, landscaping front, gutters front. All of that is standard features. And so I just want you to really know that we do put a lot into our home. We want people to be able to move in, and especially with our move-in packages when we have promotions, to move in and just enjoy your home and unpack and live. We have a brand new clubhouse here. It's gonna open May 31st. We're in the process of decorating it now. It's probably about 98% decorated. It's really gonna be nice. We've got a workout section. We've got an indoor, outdoor kitchen. We've got, we're gonna have, somebody donated a piano to us, which I thought was nice. I only need to know one song, What a Friend We Have in Jesus, so I'll play it continuously until somebody tells me to shut up. I'm gonna tell you a little side story. When I was about 14, we would go see Elvis Presley movies. I'm an old woman, just saying. And to go to see the Elvis Presley movies, I had to play for church. I only knew one song for church, which was What a Friend We Have in Jesus. So we would get up and sing it 4 times. So I was so embarrassed. And my mom would say, well, you can play it, or you don't get to go to see Elvis Presley movies. I'm like, okay, really humiliated me in front of the whole church, right? They would just automatically stand up and turn to page 179. Don't do this, you're embarrassing me. But that's how bad I wanted to see Elvis, right? If he was in person, I don't know what I'd have done, but you know. But anyway, so that's my story on that. But anyway, the clubhouse is going to be really nice, and we're going to have we have access to the pools up 3 blocks up, so we've got sidewalks that they can walk and take their dogs and their kids around for their grandkids in this section. But, so I just wanted to kind of give you an overview of what we have. I would love for you to come and bring your clients. I would love for you to come and if you want a personal tour, we have 3 of the houses that are open. We have 4 plans. They start at 1820 square feet, 1906, 2201, and 2245. So we have all 2-car garage and 2 bedroom, 2 bath, and 2 bedroom, a study, 2.5 bath in all of them, except the smallest one has 2 baths. We also have a lot of other things that, if you want more information, I'll tell you later, because again, I don't
So want to.
how
be
big is the community? Like how many, how much?
66 lots
Okay.
total. We've got about 15 homeowners right now.
And they have to be over 55, is that the rule?
They have to be over 55. Just one person has to be over 55. So yeah, they have to be 55.
And then no children allowed to live there?
Well, there's a margin there that can have children. I don't know the age to that. Like, I'll give you an example. I have one lady she and her husband have a 11th grader. And so they're allowed to go ahead and purchase here because she's gonna be off in college in 2 years. Somebody asked me the other day, if they come in and somebody's 55 and somebody married somebody 30 and they got a 2-year-old. And I said, that's a really good question because I never thought of that. That's very realistic, good for him. But we do have a percentage that we have to allow children here. So the age group, if you want to know the age group, I'll have to find that out. But my understanding is there is an specific age. This little girl is 11th grader, and they said, oh, she's real quiet, she'll do it. And she's probably a monster. I don't know. I don't think that's really her kid. You can't control that, right? So anyway, I have price sheets. We now are allowed to cross-sell in the whole Foster's Ridge. So I have price sheets for Freedome specifically. And then I have just a little bit of price sheets of the homes that we have in the family section. So I just want to let you know, that we do cross-sell. Sam is another person that sells in this area. And here he is, because he is going to talk. We've got, thank you. We've also, Albert's going to talk about this, but he's going to talk about a reduced interest rate that's a phenomenal opportunity that will also help get your buyers here. Because this is something that I think it was 10 years ago that we did this. This flyer, we just found this additional information out yesterday. So this flyer is outdated by a day, but this is just an example, and you just have to listen to what he's saying. There you go. Oh, we'll pass it around. No.
So what D.R. Horton did is they bought a block to lower the interest rate. Right now, our current interest rate's around 4.5. So they bought this block, and it's across the whole region. So Louisiana, Texas, and some other states are involved in this. So basically, we have a block of money. If a buyer can contract today, now, and then loan app, they will get this rate. And when we first launched it, it was just FHA and VA. But then yesterday, they said we can also do it for a conventional loan as well. So, but once the money is used up and gone, then it's over. So they're kind of guesstimating based on the amount of sales that we're gonna do, it'll probably last through maybe Thursday or Friday. So it's a big opportunity. I mean, interest rates this low right now will save your buyers, you know, maybe $100, $200, depending on the price of the house. So it's a really good deal to create some urgency with your buyers, our buyers, that's out there. So take advantage of this if you can.
Did you talk about the summer sizzling sale?
You can talk more about it. I gave them the, basically.
Do we have some inventory to go see? Is there
Yes.
something to look at?
So we're doing summer sizzling sales, so there's incentives for the buyer. The incentive for you guys is whoever sells the most amount of homes, the top 5 in the city will be, or a trip to the Bahamas. But with all of our inventory sales, we can submit offers. So if you see something and there's not a BTSA or something, we can definitely submit something for you guys to make sure that you guys are taken care of. But we try to make it real simple. If you guys have a buyer and you're not able to come out, just call us. Hey guys, Joe Johnson is coming out. You know, can you take care of him? Yes, we'll take care of him, put you on the deal, try to close him, get him signed. That way you guys can still do your business outside. You guys drive a lot. You guys are all over the city, so we understand that it's hard to make it in, and sometimes buyers will just pop in. But just give us a heads up, and we will do everything that we can to get them on paper for you.
Any questions?
What's the tax rate?
Okay. I'm sorry. Have any
Tax rate?
questions? He has all the answers that you need.
3.4 is the tax rate.
Oh, sorry. HOA fee is $12.50, which is about $108 a month.
For her section.
For my section.
In Foster's Ridge, the overall HOA is 800.
And for my other section, it's 800.
Yes.
So 800 for the year, or if they're in the 55 plus, it's monthly.
It could be annual, or, I mean, it could be annual later, either way it goes.
And in the entire neighborhood, we're priced anywhere from right at 200 to around 750. So we have just about every type of product for anybody that's out there. And we're within schools. So some of our lower end product, 2 to 250, you know, a brand new house with within schools doesn't exist anywhere else except for here.
So how big is the whole community?
Is this section gated, the 55 plus?
Yes, it is.
I thought I saw it gated. Okay.
And we have another gated section, the Emerald section.
The
so
Emerald,
that's
yeah.
550 and up. You had a
They
question?
had a question.
How big is the overall community?
It's 800 acres. So we'd like to do a big comparison if you're familiar with Jacobs Reserve. Jacobs Reserve is around 400 acres with 1,400 people. Foster's is gonna be 800 acres with around 1,800 homes. So double the size of Jacobs, but not double the amounts.
Will it be ever able to have a different entrance around 1488? Because I think you've got a creek back behind, so.
Yeah, they've talked about opening up or going all the way down. It's just when they get into those conversations about funding for the bridge to go over the river, that's where everything is halted. But they've talked about it. I've never seen anything installed.
You're not sure?
I'm not sure. But it is just like Jacobs, where Carriage Hills is one way in, one way out.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we have 3 houses this is Autumn, the next street over is Emory. So if you guys wanna come in, it's not gonna be mandatory, but I'd love for you to come over, they're open. There's, and I can show you which ones they are, it's 05, 09, and 13. 05 and 9, 14109, and I'm gonna actually go over there, so, I'll be over there if you have any questions or anything. Or if you don't have time to stop, come back, you can set an appointment with me anytime or with any of us anytime, or you can just come over.
They usually like to go right now.
That's good. I want you to go right now. So I would like to get a picture before you all leave, if you don't mind. Does anybody have any more questions? Oh, I wanted to tell you about this. I was just gonna tell you. These are candles, but when you open them up and when you use the candle, all you have to do is put it in the microwave for about 10 seconds to make all the wax get out, and you can use them as a little jewelry box for you. So it's really pretty, and I got it's summer sizzling, so I got summer candles. So they smell like flowers.
So where do you want a picture of us? Do you want us to get around the table or in the living room? Here?
Wow. We're
It's your call.
You need good lighting. You have good lighting. How about in front of this window?
Yeah. Make them go in the back porch.
let's go out in the back porch.
We're all gonna go in the back porch.
See.
Oh, because you guys
You're
are
welcome. Y'all make me.
How about none? We're going out on the porch, girls. This way.
Thank you all for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, I think I'm let's stay and finish our reality.
It's okay.
Seven-ish morning and got back in about,
Come on, Mama, come on.
got that kind of.